Are you looking to build your brand's social media presence, target new customers, while increasing your sales and awareness? As a longtime enthusiast of truck and tractor pulling, and the owner of the Beer Money Pulling Team, my goal is to put more eyeballs on the sport of truck and tractor pulling and grow the sport through our social media presence and motorsports team. Starting in 2012 and now amassing over 1.3 million followers across Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, we use our daily social media content to continue to grow the sport of truck and tractor pulling while growing our team's fan base. Truck and tractor pulling started in the 1950s and is known as the world's heaviest motorsport. The goal of truck and tractor pulling is to determine the strongest machine and the best driver by seeing which machine and driver can pull a 30,000-pound sled the furthest. This sport draws between 5,000 to 20,000 fans in person and thousands more online. Between our weekly Facebook Lives that draw an average of 30,000 viewers and our daily posts that have reached over 43 million people, I want to personally help you reach our highly engaged audience and tap into the world's largest social media following in the sport of truck and tractor pulling. We have sponsorship opportunities with a wide range of options that can meet your brand's goals and a full-time social media coordinator who's responsible for making sure your brand content is posted accurately. If you're watching this video and you're looking for an opportunity to reach the everyday American, give me a call at 608-604-5068.
Baldwin Filters, MTV, and KFXL Fox, Nebraska invite you to the 2023 Ravenna Tractor Pull. 2 big nights, Friday, June 9th and Saturday, June 10th at 7 p.m. both nights at Anabar Park, Ravenna. See Grand National Outlaw Class, Pro Stock, Modified, Super Farm, Pro Stock 4x4, Modified 2-Wheel Drive, Light Pro Stock, Diesel Super Stock, Light Super Stock, and Light Limited Pro Stock. That's June 9th and 10th, Anabar Park, Ravenna.
Welcome, everybody, to Let's Grow Pulling. Jason is on assignment. We shipped him to a foreign country to go try to catch some fish. And so you're stuck with me, Ryan, Doug, and Tim McKim for Ravenna, the Outlaw Pull. And I know we did have
time to shut that off over there.
We had a thing in that video, Tim, and we'll address that with the actual flyer for the event, but you're on site. You're doing work to get ready for this.
Yeah, we're down. Me and a couple other guys were down here putting speakers up this evening, trying to get ahead of the game. Try not to do everything at the last minute.
I'm sure you don't want to put any of this on the speakers and infect the area with our BS this evening, but
okay.
What's the facility like there? What do you have for spectators? What can they expect when they show up for your event there with the Outlaws?
Well, we've had this facility. Tractor Pullers built this about 30 years ago. We got permanent seating that we built, and we got a track we could probably pull 400 feet if we had to, which they use all of it when they do come pull. It's a permanent facility. Just a little stuff, putting speakers up, and then we got to rent some property to the east of here for where the trucks can park. But just getting everything ready to go for the weekend, it just takes a little time. And every pull, everybody know that puts a pull on that knows what it takes. There's a lot of work to do ahead of time, and we're just trying to get up on top of it tonight a little bit.
You mentioned the 30-year history for that event. How long have you been a part of that?
All of it.
All of it. That's impressive.
All of it. We're back in the early 90s.
So for somebody who's trying to build something to what you guys have created, what would you say is the key to that longevity? Because that's hard to do.
Well, you got to remember, most of this group now is in the late 50s, early 60s. And we've lost a few members over the years here from, death and other things going on. But we still got most of the nucleus here still doing it, and we're trying to get the young kids involved with it. Usually most of the young kids are parents' sons or daughters, or that's helping down the road trying to keep this thing going again. We don't want it to die, but it's hard to find young folks that want to help us out.
So is it a passion thing that for all of you that have stuck with it for so long?
I'm losing you.
Is it a passion thing? Hello. There we go. It wouldn't be a Monday night show without this.
He's back.
You're breaking up there. I can't quite hear everything you're saying.
Are you back?
Are we back?
No, you're in the front.
Put the phone higher.
There you go.
There you go.
There we go. Arms are getting tired.
Oh, man. Well, then we'll just have to keep it short, which we're going to do anyway. Is it a passion thing that keeps you guys involved with it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a passion. You know, you got to remember, we got about 4 members on our committee that got tractors in the Outlaw Tractor Puller Association. And, of course, you know, most guys, when they pull in their hometown, they don't do so well. But that's kind of why we still do it. These guys, they pull the circuit, and we get a good response with guys coming back here from all over from the other towns that pull. So it works out really good.
What is it about that phenomenon of the hometown pull that it doesn't work? It's not just an outlaw thing. That's everywhere. But from your perspective, why do the hometown guys just not do it?
I don't know. I don't call it a jinx. It just seems like it's just Murphy's Law. If something's going to happen bad, it'll happen at home, you know. That's kind of the way I look at it.
Is it too much of the try hard that comes out?
I think a lot of the try hard. They might pull different gear than they usually do. Just trying to impress everybody, and it just don't work.
Got caught with a Superman T-shirt out.
Oh, no. We got somebody with a drone over the top of us watching us.
You got a shotgun handy? I'll pay you to shoot it down.
I don't know if that'll catch it. It's up there pretty high.
Get a bigger gun, Tim. Get a bigger gun.
Somebody's watching us.
For cow pies in the parking lot?
Do we have cow pies in the parking lot?
Yeah.
Yes, we will. During the off season, the guy that owns the ground over there keeps his cattle in there, and it's kind of a pow palace out there, I guess, with patties.
You need to get a new marketing.
We'll go out and scrape it. We'll clean it off a little bit.
You need to get a new marketing plan and refer
What's
to that
that?
as dust control.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but between the mosquitoes and the gnats right now, it's pretty bad out here.
How many diesel classes you got?
Diesel classes? I don't know. I think we got probably 6 diesel classes, don't we?
Yeah, I think you do. So gnats and mosquitoes aren't a problem. Will they be at showtime?
Not after the first class.
No, after this weekend, we won't have to worry about bugs after them classes.
Exactly. The whole town. So this is a lesson for every promoter. If you want to really, if you're in a small town, like, how do we promote this? Like, yeah, it's bug control for the community. We're going to take care of that. No mosquitoes, for at least 6 weeks, guaranteed after our event.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the way you look at that. But we've had a lot of rain out here, so they come out now.
Can you send some of that our way, please?
Well, they're talking rain. That's the bad part of it. They're talking rain Friday and Saturday.
We aren't going to use that R word when it comes to the weekends.
No, we won't. But we're pretty good about fighting through it, and if we can make it work, we're going to get it done. We'll get it done.
I remember Saturday night, Sunday morning last year, it rained really hard.
Yes, it did. We had a lot of rain overnight. I remember that.
Yeah.
So, but it's pretty sandy base where they park trucks and everything else. You usually don't have to get pulled out anyway. They can usually drive out.
This is a positive thing. So we're looking at Ravenna tractor pull for the Outlaws. Pro stocks, modified, super farm, pro stock 4x4 trucks, modified two-wheel drive. In the video, it did say light pro. That's wrong. It's 4.1 limited pros.
Yep.
Diesel super stocks, light super stock ag class, and light limited pro stock. tractors for you guys out
Yeah.
there.
You put what they call the 8200 diesel, 8200 diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a diesel.
Yeah.
stock.
Yeah,
We tried
diesel
them last.
supers.
Yeah, we tried them last year and couldn't get enough tractors, so we brought them back in this year and hopefully they bring some tractors and make it work for them guys. I know they're trying to get that class going fairly strong, and we're going to try to help them out.
As competitors who are showing up
So-
there, if they've never been to your venue before, anyone who's a puller not been there before, and what do they need to know as far as how to get in? Is there anything they need to be aware of road construction wise, or trying to get through the right gate, or hey, I've got a 200-foot long toter and I need like 6 blocks to turn this thing left. How do I get in there?
Well, there's one turn you got to get, and usually you can get in there. It's pretty wide turn, and then you're straight in coming in here. So yeah, they should have a pretty easy time getting in.
Good.
But if they've been here before, it shouldn't be a problem. So, but new guys, I don't know what to tell them. They're just gonna have to find out what it's like, I guess. But
there's a part of me that appreciates that sort of like throw the wolves to the fire, approach to that. Like, yeah, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I've drove truck before. You figure it out.
So Tim,
Most of the trailers are pretty long.
So Tim, what
What's
classes?
that?
What classes does the town of Ravenna really go nuts for? What's the bread and butter class there?
Well, I don't know what the bread and butter really is. I think the modifieds really get a good hand. I think they like the noise and the two-wheel drives. Personally, I still like the diesel guys, but even them light super stocks, them things is like a June bug on water half the time when they bounce around. So they get kind of exciting. But no, overall, I think people just like watching a good show out here.
You guys are part of the points tour.
Can you hear me, Ed?
Early in the year, and
Yeah.
do you structure some of your class choice around that, knowing, or do you not know necessarily who's going to be ready, and you just go for it?
We're breaking up again.
Oh man, that metal grandstand! I'll tell you.
Can you hear me yet?
Oh, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
There we froze.
Oh,
Yeah,
That feed ain't coming in, is it?
It's an awesome view of your chin. That's super cool. You need to keep doing that.
Are you there, Tim?
The look.
Can you hear me now?
Is amazing. Yes,
Yes.
we can. I'm being a smart
They
ass.
can hear me. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing that I can't hear what they're saying.
Oh, there he goes. Black circle spinning. Okay.
No,
Well,
Ravenna's cool.
Once again, I've never been to Outlaw Pole. Have either of you been to Ravenna?
I have.
I've never made it to Ravenna.
So I know Moose had asked. Ravenna is, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes north and west of Kearney, Nebraska. No, sorry.
It's a hike.
Grand Island, not Kearney, Grand Island.
All right.
It's a hike. It's a good long ways.
Yep.
Is there a Grand Island in Nebraska? Sorry, stupid joke.
Yes, there is. It houses a Case IH combine plant, and it's home to Red Power Roundup next week, actually.
Oh, all right, nice. Hi, welcome back.
Can
Tim.
you hear me? Yeah, I had to reset everything.
That's all
No,
right.
we're northwest of Grand Island and northeast of Kearney.
You're not on. There you're back.
I'm back.
Yeah,
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, we sure can.
Yeah, you're coming in fine.
Who was a super stock puller? That was
Okay.
from Kearney? That wasn't. Who? I'm drawing a blank right now.
A Wampus cat. Kenzie, what's the picture behind us?
Now you got me thinking about that, Charles. Who is it? Or
Kearney,
was it?
Nebraska. Tim, you should know this. Kearney, Nebraska. Who is the super stock puller from out there?
Dave Fleming? He ran pro stock. Dave Fleming ran pro stock. The super stock guy from Kearney? Who was that?
It would have been an alcohol tractor. I feel like that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll figure it out.
Dave Fleming was a pro stock. He ran 10 pro. Ran like a 49.55.
Well,
I don't remember anybody else from Kearney.
How long ago was that?
If somebody here thinks of it, throw it in the comments. They'll get to it.
Yeah.
The people watching will get to it faster than we will.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, you know what? I know what I'm thinking of. I'm mistaken Kearney, Nebraska for Kearney, Michigan. I know who I'm thinking of now. See, this is how fried I am after this weekend. I'm thinking of Randy Kleikamp. My bad. Sorry. On to your next assignment.
Oh.
Sorry for all that. Anywho, we'll put the flyer.
Yeah, let's
back
pop
up
that
there
flyer
here.
one more time.
Yep, that's what I'm going for.
So who's all coming out here from out? You guys out to Ravenna?
Just me, I think.
Yep. Yeah,
You know,
I'm headed east this weekend, and I think Cody's probably headed to traction for his shoulder.
Yeah, pretty much.
Traction and pain pills. Yay.
Yep.
So you guys have open pits, as we would expect at a tractor pull, being that it's 2-night deal. You know, if you show up Saturday during the day, you can go out in the pit area and walk around and, you know, get up close with everybody.
What'd they say?
For being a two-day deal,
their audio's breaking up on me.
I saw a cloud in the sky above him. I haven't seen one of those in weeks either.
Tim, can you hear us now? Nope, guess not.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure it's open pits. Mark Ham, I know he's going to be out there. He could chime in. He's in the comments already.
Yeah, it's an open pit. It's a great facility. Like I said, the pits are pretty much a pasture, and you just got to watch where you walk. That's all. So
it's dust control.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Wear your boots.
And not the nice ones.
Right.
Well, that won't stop anybody. How else are you supposed to attract a buckle bunny?
I guess.
Not that I mean, obviously I suck at it, but I'm just saying.
I got that same picture.
Tim, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Tell us what time the pits or tell us what time the gates open and what it costs to get people in.
Okay, gates will open at 5 o'clock both Friday and Saturday night. 5 and under are free. 5 to 12 or $5, and 12 and older are $20.
Good deal.
Lots of hooks.
And then we offer a 2-day pass on Friday to get in Friday and Saturday for $30.
That's a heck of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. For 2 nights, that's quite a deal. We don't try to overprice anything. We want people here.
You guys are 2 tracks side by side, right?
Yep, 2 tracks side by side.
So non-stop, 2 minutes or less between hooks. You won't be bored.
Yep.
You have plenty to look at.
Nope. We keep the show going is what we do. So try to keep it going. So
full-blown concession stand, all the food vendors and all the beer you can drink and all that kind of stuff, that's all available.
Yes, there is. We got, like I said, we got 2 food stands, and then we got beer on sale. So yeah, I mean, everything you want in a tractor pull.
You guys have, being a 2-day, do you have any camping arrangements? Somebody wants to stay overnight?
Right next to the park, to the west of the park, we got about 10 parking spots for campers. And then we got a what they call County Lake, about 2 miles east of town, with probably 60 or 70 camping spots, which is only a couple miles away. So yeah, we got plenty of camping areas.
Nice.
If people want to camp, bring their camper and then come up. Yep. So good facilities both places. So, and then you're close and don't have to drive back and forth to find a hotel room somewhere.
If somebody is going for that, what's the arrangements look like for a hotel if you have to?
The closest hotel would be Kearney or Grand Island. You're talking about 30 miles each way.
Gotcha.
So if you got a camper, that's you're fit to be, come up and camp and watch tractor pulling.
Grandstands both sides, or do you have a natural hillside where you got to bring in a folding chair?
We got our bigger bleachers. They run about 300 feet of bleachers on the west side. They're a bigger bleacher, and then on the east side we got about 250 foot of bleachers. They're a little smaller, but it's all continuous and it's permanent. So only thing about the east side, you got to walk all the way around from the west side where the entrance is at to get to the east side. But that's why we don't have quite the bleachers over there. But there's plenty of room for everybody.
Any kind of a cooler policy? I mean, the show's called Let's Go Pulling, powered by Beer Money Pulling Team. We have to ask that question. Well,
you can bring a cooler in with ice, but you can't bring any beer in. You got to buy beer on site.
That helps the vendor, which I'm sure helps the promoter. So there's an important point there.
Yeah, you got to remember this property is the city of Ravenna that we're on. So we got to kind of go by their bylaws, what they want to do. So that's part of it.
I wouldn't apologize for that in the slightest, Tim.
No, I would not either.
Because every dollar that buys a beer supports a local economy.
Yep.
Yes, it does. And Chamber of Commerce, our Chamber of Commerce is the one that sells all the beer. So that really does go back, like you said, goes back into our community.
Love it.
Yep. So
for time commitment with you, Tim. Give your elevator speech, and then we got RJ in the green room.
Well, this pull out here in Ravenna, Nebraska has been here for 30 years. We've always had great crowds, great tractors coming in, great people coming in. You just don't find that type of show out of town of 1,300 people out in middle of Nebraska very often. And I think we do a great job here, and I encourage everybody to come watch the tractor pull and have a good time. I mean, it's something that you don't get to see very often in the rural area of Nebraska.
We appreciate you guys and your effort, and really the thing that stands out to me, 30 years of commitment plus. That's a testament to time and a belief in the product that you're putting out. And I'm one of these days, I hope I get the chance to get out there. I'm the guy who's the outlier. I'm not in outlaw territory, but I've never seen an outlaw show. I'd like to one day. I think you guys. Every time we have somebody on and that they talk about their program, it pumps me up to get out there.
Well, and over the years, I got to meet a lot of them guys and get to party with them a little bit afterwards and stuff, and get to know more guys every year. And them people are great people, and they travel a long ways with some great equipment, and we appreciate everything they do for us.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate you taking the time out tonight. We'll let you get back to hanging speakers or whatever else you got to do, and hope it's a success for you guys.
Well, thank you very much. Glad to be on, and appreciate all you guys have done for us.
Thank you, Tim. Anything final for the other three of you?
See you Friday.
Nope.
Well, we're just
We're
going to
good.
send the rain. We're going to send all the rain to Michigan before we can have our poll this weekend.
Please do. It's been 17 days so far with no measurable rainfall, and it's looking like we're going to make it to about 23 or 24 days before we get any. So we need it.
Yeah, well, we could use more, but just not this weekend.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
All right. Take care.
All right,
Thank you,
Tim.
Tim.
Thanks again.
You bet.
Take care.
Thank you.
NTPA Grand National Pulling Action is coming to Farley, Iowa. 6 exciting pulling classes on June 9th and 10th. Modified four-wheel drive trucks, super farm tractors, the exciting mini rods, the powerful modified tractors, the modified two-wheel drive trucks, and the 10,000-pound Pro Stock tractor. Session 7 p.m. both nights at the 300 Raceway, Farley, Iowa, June 9th and 10th. Be there.
Hello, RJ.
Hi, Ryan. Hi, guys.
How are you?
Hi, Charles.
Yo,
How are you?
What's happening?
Good. How are you guys?
Good, good. How's preparations going on for the big weekend out there?
Oh, it's doing good. We're busy. There's a lot to do. Just in our own stable, trying to get everything ready. not even considering the track alone.
Can only imagine. You guys get into so much stuff, and I don't want to get too sidetracked from what that was what's my show called? All right. I don't want to get too far off in it, but like when we were at TPC and you guys were there and we're doing that whole show, and at one point I flipped my phone and I'm going, oh man, they got a big dirt car race at their track this weekend. How are they here paying attention to us and still doing that too at the same time? And you guys have a real team.
Yeah, Brandon and Jordan went south, and the rest of us stayed up here and worked on the track and got a race in. Had an awesome show, and had a good time. But that's what it takes. It takes a team and a whole army. It's not just a one guy deal, and that's. You'll see if you come up here, come out this weekend to the poll, Friday, Saturday night. I mean, we try very hard. I mean, I know everyone does, but we try putting in the extra effort to make sure it's a good time. We got the Cascade FFA that's coming on board. They're going to have a kids pedal pull starting at 5:30. Sign up at 5. Starts at 5:30. Starts at 6. Ages 4 to 10 on Saturday. A lot of things going on, and it's 6 awesome classes, I feel, and pretty excited.
Love it. You guys made a big change in terms of promotion you decided to go with, and I don't want to get into necessarily into the reasons why, but you had to make a decision.
Yeah, it was just it was nothing personal. We had great luck, and actually had some people last weekend. Brandon got asked why he switched, and did somebody get mad? And it wasn't about that. We were just in that limbo time, and it was like, what are we going to do, and what's going to happen? And same thing everyone was asking, and it was had to go one way or the other. So NTPA it is. We're running NTPA this year. We're going to run a full schedule as of right now with our equipment, and we're just going to give it a go and see how things roll. And we're excited to be here. Yeah, I talked to Greg Randall today for a little bit about a few things, and they're really excited to be here, and I'm excited for the opportunity. And that's all we can ask. Is just try hard to put on a great show for the fans.
I'm gonna throw the flyer up here, not to cover you up, but we're gonna talk about it. Supermod 2-wheel drive truck, Super Farm, Pro Stock, modified mini rods, 4-wheel drives. This is the coming out party for NTPA's Grand National Series, and you guys have 2 tracks there inside the oval, and I don't want anybody to think that you're pulling on dirt track. You guys have dedicated sled pull tracks in there in the center, and you're going to rip it up for the season opener.
Yeah. Jim Miller comes out and does the track for us. He'll be out here tomorrow night already. We've been watering it, and we grew a great crop of rye on it this winter to hold it there, and It's a clay track. It's a very good clay track. I've got a lot of compliments from people that are very respected in the pulling world, how good it is. And not myself or my team, just, guys like Terry Blackburn, he bragged it up and down, and, it was pretty awesome to hear that from guys like him. And it's just excited to have the classes all here, and excited to have the fans come out. That's what we need. We need the fans here. I know there's going to be great numbers in all the classes. I'm not, there's lots of modifieds coming. I've gotten word from quite a few. We'll have a great showing of mods, great showing of minis. 2-wheel drives is always full. You know that. I mean,
Yeah.
Gee, we're bringing 5. So
I was going to say, you can field half a class on your own.
And it's only Monday, so you never know what could be on sale that I could pick off by then.
That's right.
So if you're watching this and you got a 2-wheel drive you want to sell by the end of the week, call me. But
RJ's motto is it's for sale but not on sale, so get a hold of him.
Yeah, but it's it's going to be a good time. We try to keep things hustled. Bauer sleds are here. We're excited about them and them coming, and they're always doing an awesome job for us. Trying to think, just it costs admissions $25 for adults, $20 for students. And 70 and older is free. My dad started that, so
that's what, no one does that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
My dad started that, and he's just like, there's people, you got to respect your elders, and he started that, and it's pretty cool. We get quite a few, but that's okay. It's just something that we've always done. So kids ages 12 and under as well are free. So we don't, you can walk into the pit area, where all the haulers are. That's free anytime you want to see the haulers, walk through the pits. That's wide open, all weekend long. If you wanted to come, there'll be a lot of guys already here Thursday, but Friday, if you want to come look at the stuff, or Saturday, I suggest come early, bring your kids walking through that, just not even the pulling vehicles, just looking at the haulers is pretty sweet, in my opinion.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, sure can.
So, then you got, basically the whole racetrack is the hot pit area. So the whole, where the walls are, basically the whole racetrack is the hot pit. So don't come and think you're going to get down and be sitting 5 foot from the track. The track is sitting down in the infield right along the front stretch. So it's lower than, the stands. So, there's not a bad seat in the house. You could literally sit anywhere, Ryan could take a picture from anywhere and make it look good. So
I
don't know about the looking good, but can confirm there is no bad seats in that house.
Yeah, no, you can see really good. There's a couple box seats available too if you're interested and you want to sit in the air condition and or you got somebody you want to sit inside. There's a few box seats available as well. Just look. You can call us at 300 Raceway or message us or look us up. So our numbers on the flyer there, 563-744-3620 is the number if you wanted a box seat or interested in one of those. It's just, we have a blast. It's just we got the Milestone Event Center right out front. So that's a full bar, pretty awesome stereo in it, I feel. And, we'll have that bumping until 2 a.m. every night, starting Thursday. The party will be happening till 2. They shut her down. Iowa makes a shutter down at 2.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm glad to live where I live.
Don't think there won't be some mini rod pullers from Michigan that'll keep the party going somewhere else till 5.
Oh,
1,000% guaranteed.
They 5. They'll flip it over on your racetrack and then have a beer in their hand before they even stop spinning.
Yep. So I was worried they might not be coming, but I got a snap a little while ago that we got some new bars going in the roll cage to be legal. So, so they're going to be there, and I'm excited for that. And there's a lot of guys coming. I've talked to a lot of pro stock guys. My brother has that last weekend. There was a lot of guys that said they were coming. A lot of big pro stock guys, but I know like the Connies are going to be here and Schmuckers, and we're excited about them. And they'll be their first time out here to Farley. It's kind of cool because there's a lot of the NTPA guys. We've been having this poll for a while, but there's a lot of the NTPA guys that haven't came. And here we're giving them a shot. They're all going to come out here, and it's kind of neat, having a kind of a different look at it, I guess, so to speak. Does that make sense?
How many pro stocks from Farley, Iowa will be on the track at one time? There's
3 coming out of our barn, but I don't know. I'm not sure how many Jason will bring across the street. So it all depends. It all depends what he brings. It could be, I think he's got 4 sitting over there, so it could be up to 4. So I did talk to Amos a couple weeks ago. Theirs isn't ready yet. So, but I don't know if Coates's, if theirs is ready, just in Dubuque County, and Bill Miller, I don't know if any of them are ready. So just in Dubuque County, I mean, there's a lot. I don't know. There's probably 10. So just sitting here in Dubuque County. So there's a lot of pro stocks.
One heck of a pro stock throwdown, man. That would be. I'm jealous of you guys getting to live out there with all that.
Yeah. No, it's we got a lot of fun. So we're excited. 2-wheel drives. Are going to be a good class here. I'm excited. It's kind of going to be. I don't know how much you've been following the 2-wheel drive, and this is kind of off topic, but it's going to be different. Most everyone in this Grand National circuit is going to be rolling on new tires.
Oh,
hey, just so you know, there's a pro stock starting up outside. I just hear it.
Oh. Yeah, well, are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Go.
Let's go. Let's go. Field trip.
I'm a ways away from it, but I hear it.
I can hear it though.
Loud and heavy. She just lit.
Nice.
Oh, it sounds so good. That's how you end a Monday night.
Yep. This is what we do on Monday nights. What's everyone else do on Monday nights?
Well,
some of us
four of us are here.
Pulling. You get to actually play with them.
I don't know if I get any closer, I'll lose the Wi-Fi probably eventually. She's got a little bark to her.
It's and I can actually see it back there. That's mint.
I don't know how close I can get before I lose the signal, but
no, I get it. You know what? Something about the echo in the buildings that actually works.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You don't realize how far that is away, but it's a lot. It's quite a jag from my office here in the corner to where that shop's at.
Sounds good from here.
Yeah, no, they're just checking everything out, so just getting everything ready. So we got pretty well everything's ready, but the 3 pros that ran last weekend for the most part.
I was gonna say, did everything survive the weekend?
Yeah, for the most part.
Well, don't worry, RJ. You can leave that open. That's all right.
Okay, somebody's going to comment and leave it open.
Maybe we'll talk Brandon into starting it up again. I don't know. Be my luck, it'll end up making a weird noise, and he'll be mad I had it on. So. I'm not sure I think they're just checking everything over, just doing one last fire up before they call that one good and on to the other 2. So. But
anything special is something if you're new to going out to Farley and being at 300 Raceway as a competitor, anything you need to know to get in and be ready to rip?
Yeah, just one thing, like I told the Super Farm guys down at Benson, I was down there and I actually had NTPA send an email. Biggest thing, if you're coming from the east, and this goes to fans too, like east, I'm talking like Charles area, like Chicagoland, don't follow your GPS and go up through Chicago. Stay on Interstate 80 to 61 north, and then you'll grab, there's a little new bypass called, it's Highway 52 just south of Dubuque. Take that to 20 right over here to exit 300
100%.
So, but I
can confirm, good advice.
Yeah, if you follow your GPS, it's going to say, the quickest way is up here through Rockford and across Highway 20, and you're going to be like, man, this sucks. This is a bad trip, but it's easy going across 80. It's not bad. I mean, you'll get a little traffic, but it shows it's 15 or 20 miles further, but it'll save you 25 minutes plus, if not an hour, by far. So, but Doug, I can tell Doug always goes through Chicago. He's like, I love a good Chicago, and I can get there.
I learned
I can see it in his eyes.
This is probably one of the few pits that you don't have to worry about dust either. I learned that the first time I was.
Yeah. We put a lot of tree sap down. Actually, if you come here, you're gonna look at it and be like, "Did they spray oil all over this gravel?" But we actually use tree sap and water. It's actually called ligament, but it's basically tree sap, is what I'm told. But it's we use that with water, and then we just spread that around on the rock, and it keeps the dust down, even though it's. You won't see us out spraying water on the pit area. So what it is when you get here is what it usually is going to be. So
that's interesting. That's a good point for promoters to pick up on, because I've always heard about the alternative being like sugar beet juice, and being the thumb of Michigan, of course, that's an alternative we've got. But tree sap, I had not heard that one before.
Yep. So we use that. It comes out of Southern Indiana. Actually, we get it, and I got a good local trucking company, Simon's Trucking. Not trying to plug here, but they got great tankers. They can haul anything, we haul it in, and then it works out great. We've been doing it for years, since I was very young. My father's always done it. So
interesting.
We'll have that, but I mean, like parking wise, there's all kinds of parking behind turn 3 and 4 is where we'll primarily park everybody, and then work our way around. We'll park on the gravel. Like last year, we had issues with it was a light drizzle both days. I mean, it wasn't enough to hurt anything, but we did park majority of everybody on the gravel. I have enough parking to park everyone on the gravel if I'd have to. But I mean, like Charles said, we're just as bad as he is. We have had no rain and a couple spot up showers hit everywhere but here. But I mean, it's dry. I mean, it's very dry here. So just that pro stock's still running. So good thing I didn't stand out there to waste all my time.
I mean, not that we haven't appreciated the information drop, but it does sound better than you. Just saying.
I can hear it loud as clear as day just through my office out there just going along. But we have that. As far as stuff to do, I mean, one thing cool if you're coming here from anywhere away from here, you've never been to the Field of Dreams. It's 7 miles away. If you've ever seen the movie, The Field of Dreams, it's just kind of cool. I mean, if you're into baseball and like the movie, the site still looks just like it did the day in the movie. Besides, there's a big ball field behind it for the game they play, but it's pretty neat. And I'm trying to think what else.
Is the toy museum still open?
The toy museum, yes, in Dyersville. Yes, there's a toy museum right in Dyersville. That's pretty cool. If you want to see old toys, new toys, lots of stuff. That's pretty neat. It's right along the highway, right when you get off the exit there in Dyersville. There's Farley's a cool town. You got a lot of cool stuff here. Just Dirty Ernie's is fun. He always has a good time up there. But you got. I'm trying to think. The milestone, like I said, is right here. A lot of pullers, I think, usually are here Thursday night. We usually party it up pretty good, or we have in the past. So hopefully that still happens. We get a few guys in here early, and we can have a good time. And you're welcome to any pullers. You're welcome to stay here. If you're going on to Hutchinson, you're more than welcome to hang out here for a couple days or whatever before you head up there. Plenty of parking, plenty of room.
Something I'm going to add. I'm going to put you on the spot for something, and maybe and we didn't talk about this off screen before, but there's venues we go to, TPC being one. The semi race that I do up north, Memorial Day weekend in Onaway is another, and you potentially are another. Where, as a competitor, if you show up because of the facilities that are there, like if you break something, is the shop open? Like, hey, come over. Yeah. Like, we'll get you fixed. We're going to get you back in the game, right?
Yeah, I've already actually had a kind of unrelated to it, ain't like pulling wise, but as far as pulling vehicle, but I've already gotten contacted. I got a guy with a toter having toter issues on his way here, and asked if I could help him fix it. I don't know if it's fuel filters or what it is. It's a Detroit, and I said, yeah, we work on them all the time, and had plenty of them. Come on in, we'll help you out. And he has a couple lights out on his trailer, asked if we can fix, and I said, yeah, absolutely, we'll get it done. So to answer that, absolutely, yeah. I mean, one thing about it here, we have a lot of stuff. You can imagine for all the different vehicles and classes we're in. So if we don't have it between us or rounds, or there's enough pulling shops around here that probably have what you need. We can't build it or whatever, but and like Blackbird's is 45 minutes away. I mean, there's a lot right here, but yeah, we're willing to help anybody. I want to beat everyone on the track. If we're pulling against you, I don't want to beat you because you can't get there. So
perfect answer. Perfect answer.
And camping wise, any fans you're coming camping, we have primitive camping, like a few acres of primitive camping that we don't charge for. So if you bring a generator or just want to put a tent up or whatever, you're more than welcome. And then we actually have full hookups for camping as well. There's only a handful of spots left. So if you're interested in them, call in tomorrow and get your name, get one of them reserved. That's got full hookups, electric and water. There's no sewer right there at it, but there is a sewer dump when you leave, we try to have a great show. I mean, it's fun, it's family oriented. So pretty excited. RJ, will you ever come back
to some of you guys?
What? This guy wants to know. Thunder in the Valley. Yeah, I would come there. I just absolutely. I just needed to work into my schedule and hopefully have everything together.
RJ, you ever going to climb back into a pro stock?
Well, I drove one
there.
there.
A one-time deal at Farm Show?
No, I drove it at Truck Show.
Did you?
Yeah, I drove X at Truck Show. Yeah, no, we're actually building a red tractor right now. We farm mostly all red. We got a few green pieces, but mostly red. So we're trying to build a red one. Actually, Blackbirds are building it for us. A Blackburn component chassis they're building, and then it's gonna sporting a Riverside motor that'll be black. So, no, we're excited, and that's gonna be coming out whenever these alcohol motors just quit giving them fits. So,
and you're short a mini rod now, correct?
Yep, it's coming up to your neck of the woods, or you're going up. You know where it's going? Did you hear, Doug?
I don't know. No.
Yeah, it's going up to. There's a guy. He owns a racetrack up in the Minnesota area. I don't know if I can say his name, and he owns a pile of wreckers up in the Minnesota area. A lot of wreckers.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of big rig wreckers. So it's going up Minnesota area. So I called him today actually and asked if he was coming down here because it's still sitting here. I said, "You coming down and run it in Farley?" He said, "I don't know. I'll let you know Thursday." I was like, "Okay." so I guess that meant have it ready. So it'll be ready to go. But otherwise than that, it's going to be up at Hutch the way it sounds. So then we'll have the 4-engine mod here, and then we'll have, like I said, the R2 Pros, and then Brent Myers tractors here, and then that we're kind of teamed up here and helping each other, and then we have 5 2-wheelers. The Simon Says Chevy, Simon Says Dodge, Loud and Low, and then we'll have Thor, which is a new truck we got from Mattingly, and then we'll have the Dirty Pearl. So, and then we'll have we hope it's just going into paint tonight. They're painting it yet tonight, hopefully, and then we're hoping to have the 4-wheel drive. We're putting the chassis in the paint, had to change a few things, put a new front end under it. We're going to have my dad's original Simon Says 4-wheel drive there in the super mod class with the 650 Sunnies in it.
That's awesome.
Yep, it's still the original. It's still going to have the truck chassis under it. It's not a custom chassis. It's the original body. Never been painted. We're just touching the chassis up a little bit, and then. So yeah, DJ Sullivan and his crew up there are working their tails off on that, like hard. Mark Manning been helping us a lot on that, and Larry at ProFab been great for us. He rushed out some parts, a whole new front end and drive shafts, and AJ Riedel knocked out a drive shaft for us quick there too. That's just today actually, and so pretty stoked about that one. I can't lie. You'd think I'd be more excited about driving the two-wheelers or whatnot, but I'm pretty excited about that thing. You know, it's got a sticker on the side of the motor shield that says it was in Bowling Green in 1986. You know, it's still there. You know, the sticker they give
That's
you
awesome.
for the inspection sticker, you know.
Was that
Clear coat that so it can never be painted over. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that's right on the engine shield next to an old Snap-on sticker. It looks like brand new. You wouldn't guess it. So, no, it'll never come off there. It's on a piece of stainless.
Nice.
What was that, Doug?
Was that truck out a little bit last summer? Is like
The last 2 years it's been running. It actually won the ECI points there, running the super stock class. And, you know, we had a lot of fun with it. And it is a blast to drive. And I just was like, you know, that's not what it was. It was always a super mod truck. You know, my dad ran that, you know, with the Holmans and stuff like that. So, I mean, it'll be just cool seeing the Holman's truck and that truck next to each other because the history with them two, you know, just they're around the same era built wise. And, you know,
the Holman truck is still a truck frame too, correct?
Yep. Holman's is too. Yep. So it's just one of them deals where we just wanted to do it. And, everything came together and we're, like I said, the DJ and Kyle and the crew up at DJ Repair and, they're kicking butt and taking some names up there on that thing this past couple weeks. Just we kind of came to the conclusion it wasn't going to be ready. You know, this is about a month ago. Hey, we're just too much to do. And then the last couple weeks there, they've been working on it nonstop and it's really impressive. So it's still got a long ways to go. It hasn't started or anything yet, but fingers crossed everything clicks good here yet this week and no surprises and we get it done. So.
Well, guys, I want to honor our time commitment to you, RJ, and certainly we got another guy coming up next to talk about their event as well, and we want to do respect to that. But there's a piece of me that just cannot quite put my spoon away when I've got two of you waiting. So I have to ask a question. Not often we get two Pro Stock guys on the program, Greg and RJ. When you guys want a piece of each other?
I've already enough. I don't need it anymore.
I don't drive much. I'm nothing. You know, you don't have to worry about me, Greg.
No. Your guys' tractors run great. They're always welcome to come pull with us.
No, I know that. You're always good to us. So, no, we love coming up that way. And Greg always been awesome to even me when I was younger. You know, I remember going up there, pulling with them when I was only 17, 18 years old. I'd be up there with a two-wheeler and, you know, by myself, you know, just me and one person or maybe even nobody. And I'd just be up there and go pulling. And I mean, Greg never fed me any beers or nothing, I promise.
I remember I think you were about 10 or 12 one time and we were in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I rode with your dad and Dan Walsh and all you guys in your truck back to the hotel. We didn't have a ride one time and your dad picked me up. I was hitchhiking.
That wasn't the bus, was it?
No, it was a semi. We were in a Freightliner, and there was about 10 of us.
I'll never forget the time my dad was in Fort Wayne. I was always the truck auction in Fort Wayne. My dad went down there that week of that, and he bought an old bus from the airport, and we cruised around on that all week. I remember that. Then I got stuck driving it home. No. Good luck at your event this weekend up in Baraboo, buddy. So.
Yeah. Hopefully see you around, RJ.
Yeah. You can come down. You know you can come down for one night, right?
I can. I got to get my parts. I got to build the track though.
I just put that on. What's Tim Deppy doing? I mean, and Randy Baraboo, couldn't they handle that?
Well, they're supposed to be, but
yeah, they're not gonna. We both know how that's gonna go, Greg. I got it. You don't have to say it. We won't throw them under the bus on the air. I get it.
Who among us has links for those two guys? Let's get them on here. And we're going to sort this out.
Right. I'm my tractor back together Friday night. I don't have parts for it yet.
Oh, that Lemke, he's got to work harder in his life. I don't know what he's got going on. He's got too many tractors to work on.
Well, I mean, Eston did get married. Let's give him that one.
Yeah.
We were at the wedding Saturday night. It was pretty cool.
I bet it was.
They had it in an old barn, and there was no beer drank there either.
Oh, I bet.
Never.
Yeah. Lots of water though. It was warm. I get it.
Yeah. And Esden didn't look like he was 14.
Esden Esden and I forget the girls' name. They're both like they're 14 and 15 years old, but whatever. Everybody looks young to me anymore.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad when you don't get carded no more. You know you're old.
Yep.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, you go to the right place.
Happens to all of us.
All right, guys. Well, I guess I'll get going and come on down to Farley. Anyone Friday and Saturday night. So
Thank you, RJ.
thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, RJ.
Good luck.
I'll see you on Friday.
Thanks, Greg. See you guys. Thanks.
All right, let's put you. Oh, I don't know where that came from. I didn't do that. We got our behind-the-scenes producers throwing up
There we go.
banners.
Come on, Kenzie.
I don't know where the banner came from.
I got it. Hi, Greg.
How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Holy crap, Greg! You ever heard of sunscreen?
I was welding today, and I leave my shirt on it. It wasn't that
That's a thing.
right.
Can confirm.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm glad to have you on the show, you guys. We'll talk about our event.
Yes.
We do an event here in Baraboo, Wisconsin for the Children's Hospital. We last couple of years we've been like 120 hooks on 2 tracks and get it done in 3 hours. And good time auction. Last year, I think the Calcutta auction created like $18,000 or $20,000. You know, and half the money. Ryan Coates, the Dubuque guy there, won it 2 years in a row now, and donated it back to the Children's Hospital. You know, so that's pretty. We heard today Jeff Cass, Budweiser rep here in Wisconsin, gave us a pallet of beer to raffle off, so that'll be fun. You know, and all kinds of sponsors for it, more than I could actually get through. You know, but we do pretty well. Last year we raised $130,000 for the Children's Hospital, and if you've ever been to the Children's Hospital, walk through there, you used to be able to take tours through there, groups of our people through there, but since COVID, we can't do that anymore. But if I ever had a sponsor that was questioning sponsoring this, all you had to do is take them there, and they open their check up. That's awesome. So and the pullers all donate their hook. 100% of the money goes 100% of the money goes back to the Children's Hospital.
How does that hospital work? Is it in the same vein as like a St. Jude where, you know, the kids come in and there's no expense to the family? It's taken care of?
Correct. They actually have more beds than St. Jude does.
Wow.
Wow.
I love that. That's amazing.
Yep. And there's a room in the hospital called the Badger State Tractor Pullers Room. What we do is we don't say we're going to give this money to the cancer department or whatever. We say they have a greatest needs fund, and we say, put it in there. You guys know where you need to spend the money. Put it there and do what you can with it. And they actually, we've got into the gold level for sponsorship for them. I think we've only been doing the Children's Hospital about 8 or 10 years. Before that, we did St. Jude, and this is a local for us. So many of our competitors' kids have been there. I had a brother there in the 80s that spent 2 years there. Craig Ladwig's son was there. Robbie Lemke's kids were there. I mean, so many pullers' kids were there. We decided this is what we should do. When we did the St. Jude, we thought we'll do that because it's more national. But this is more close to home for us.
Yeah, it touches people that you can actually point to and go, hey, this guy coming up with his crash helmet on has been through this. So that's a cool idea.
Right. Like, I don't know. I can tell the story about Travis Wildman 2 years ago. They had a baby and it was born without a kidney and passed away. Never left the hospital. And they built that tractor they pulled today in 21 days from scratch, ground up. Engler got him a chassis right away. And Tierney told him he wanted to have a tractor. They didn't know if they wanted to do it this soon. And Tierney said, I wanted a tractor at that pull. And then they were the featured family that year. And, you know, there's 4,000 people there. And when they were telling the story and it was on our video board, I actually know a guy's cell phone that rang in the crowd. He told me, I was so embarrassed. My cell phone rang. You heard his one cell phone ring. And we got done with this, and you see all these tough 16-year-old kids there in the front row of the bleachers there, and we turn around, we do our Calcutta auction right after that, and I could not, 16-year-old kids bawling their eyes out in the front row when she told her story. That touches home pretty quick.
Sure does.
Mm-hmm.
That's an incredible event. That should be bucket list opportunity to get to help out, really, to give back. That's the thing. Like, we talk about it so much about the spirit of sportsmanship and camaraderie, and those of us who are kind of like on the inside, we think it only exists in the pit area. It doesn't. It's out in the stands too, and the fans that follow along and watch a show like this, and they travel to events. Like, everybody wants to be a part of that and continue the legacy of so many of these great teams that have been out there and doing it. And it humanizes the superheroes that we paint, that all of us on the right of the screen paint guys like you to be. That there's a reality there that you fight through stuff, and we can help too.
It is. It's great that you guys have me on here, and hopefully a little bit. Every event you do in tractor pulling is a charity. Not one pull we do where the guy's putting the money. If you go to we do Macville the weekend after, that's for the school. They have at their church, and then the weekend after that, it's for a fire department or a fairgrounds that use the money to help promote agriculture. So it's everything we do to benefit for somebody. This is just one we do as a club for what we.
Yeah.
I don't know. It started out the first year we did it, we made $5,000. We thought, this is great, And I can't believe how it snowballed up to $100,000 every year. It's bigger every year. Last year was our biggest year at 130. And we get to the banquet is where we present the check. And all the pulls have their points checks, and you wouldn't believe how many of them come up and give their points check to the children's hospital. It's over right there. We've got guys that donate. We have a raffle at the banquet or an auction. Tickets to the. All right, last year Chris Feller has a suite, and he's a puller he's building a Caterpillar Pro Stock, so you'll know him soon. He pulls with the Wild Buck team now, but he has a suite at the Bucks games, and he auctioned it off. And the auction was between Jason Round and Robbie Lemke, and they didn't know they were bidding against each other. It was pretty funny, And these 4 tickets for the suite ended up going for $26,000. They went for $13,000, but Chris Feller offered to match whatever they went for. So they went up to like $13,500 or something. Chris wrote a check for $13,500 too, and Robbie got him too. That was, that, and Robbie's had a child there too, at the hospital. If I said that before. So
I'd like to put out an idea with what you guys do with this, and something I've been involved with in the past is the Tunica Antique Tractor Pull, where we do a fundraiser for St. Jude's. I think our best year down there in Mississippi was around 115,000. So we're kind of in the neighborhood.
Yep.
I think I'll get with Brian Lively, if you're watching, correct me if I'm wrong on that number, and anybody from Mean Green, but I think for, let's say 2024, let's get a throwdown going for who can raise the most for their hospital, and it benefits all of us. It would be really cool. I think that's an idea we need to pursue.
Hey, I'm up for a challenge anytime, right?
Yeah.
I know all my guys are too. So we'll work something out, and we'll make a thing out of it, right? We'll get PR out of it and get it going, and that helps both of us.
Absolutely. I think it'd be really cool to do that because, like I said, it would be great for both. And I think what we will find out is the guys are going to give to both.
Yep. Well, we've all been in Louisville where you have to, in the piano bar there, where you spend the money to get your state flag up, the Badger flag or the Wolverine flag or the Minnesota, Illinois, Iowa, whoever's flag up there for the university, and that thing has gotten up to $8,000 or $10,000. We've won it a couple times, and I know the Michigan guys have won it a couple times. So the guys like that challenge,
Yeah.
Yep. And all that money there goes to St. Jude too when we do that.
Yeah, I think we could have some fun with that. There's an idea brewing there, and we'll between two of us, we'll put the right people in contact with another, and we'll have some fun with it.
Right, and we'll have to make a trophy for the winner, right?
Yeah.
To get it, just like a traveling trophy, and assign it each year. That would be great, right?
We could even do that, or we could do like we could get in touch with Cold Hard Art there in Indianapolis and make a custom trophy every year out of busted ass parts.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think that's a great idea. We should get together and do something. Good.
I think we got something. We got the workings of something there. That'll be fun.
Now, Greg,
both for good causes, great causes.
Yeah.
Now, Greg, I got to tell you, Brian Lively's got Growing Corn 2020 in his back pocket.
Yep. Okay.
So you better start looking for some allies here on the TikTok side.
All right.
I know that I know how much of an impact that just a 2-minute video had on ticket sales this year.
Yep.
It would turn the rest of your hair gray.
Well, you got to tell the rest of the story, Ryan. And I don't, Greg. Do you know what else we do with that fundraiser?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Do you know what we do with that fundraiser?
You give it to your local children's hospital, right?
We do 100% of that. We do, but do you know how the funds are raised?
No.
We cheat.
You cheat.
We cheat. It's a raffle, and we give away a built pulling tractor.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, a built antique puller.
Well, part of ours is a raffle too, and Tom Gallitz has won it twice, $25,000 each time. And we give $50,000 away too, at our banquet ball. One of the prizes, the grand prize, is $25,000. Second, 15, and third is 10.
I am very glad to know that. And Tom, I will never give you a hard time about losing a pull because your shit's broke ever again.
Well, he should have spare parts. He's won that twice. He's won $50,000.
Right?
And the lucky guy, he's only bought one ticket each time. He said.
Really?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. Wow.
You have Brian Lively, but we've got Budweiser here.
That's great.
Get after it.
That's true. That's true. Fair point. Fair point.
So let me put this. Let me finish off that story about Brian Lively. The week of the giveaway, the week of Tunica last year, the tractor was over in Tony Reed's neck of the woods for paint.
Yep.
And Tony Reed, Brian called Tony or got a hold of Tony and said, "Hey, this is what we're doing. Is there any way you could help out?" I know Tony fairly well, and I know that the guy is generous to a fault.
Yes.
He may swear like a sailor, but he has an absolute heart of gold. And he went over to the guy's shop who was doing the painting. I can't remember who it was.
It's a relative of Paul Romax, is it not?
It might have been. It's either that. It seems like maybe Jacob.
Then Paul's brother.
Seems like maybe Jacob Kessler was involved at some level too. So, but Brian told me that from Tony Reed's his 3-minute, 2-minute video on TikTok, they could trace $39,000 in raffle ticket sales just to him.
Really?
Just to that video. So yeah, it's
for 2024
it
we
got
got
the power
something.
of social media, but it also speaks to the power of what people will do to rally behind a good cause.
Yes.
Yep. Right.
So,
and I think the challenge thing would be great. I really do. Win or lose, we're both going to be winners, right?
100%.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not benefiting Greg Elsing. It's not benefiting me. It's benefiting these children's hospitals that take care of people that we love and care about.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So
No, I think that could grow some legs.
Yeah.
And we'll get Schultz on it here. He's a big blabbermouth. He'll get back going too, right? I think he could get going good between us. Get the word out and help us both.
Yep. 100%.
or 43 surgeon, or I don't know. Doug, you should know what he caught. What did he catch?
It's like a 49-inch muskie.
Muskie. Okay. Yeah. That's why I didn't.
Yeah. I was pretty proud of that.
Yeah. Grocery store and buy it.
Awesome.
You got any questions on our event or what? Or
yeah. So what's anybody got to know as a competitor to get in there, or if somebody's going to stay for the weekend? What are we looking at?
There's stepping there. I mean, it goes late. I mean, and we stay. I mean, the poll's usually over by 10 or 10:30. But guys stand around because it's our first event. We get to talk to each other. We haven't seen it. A lot of these guys I haven't seen since December. Sauk County Fairgrounds has really stepped up. Moved up there. Now we can run track, great light, seating, bleachers, camping available if you want to stay overnight. And if you're a puller, if you're a Lucas Oil member, anytime any puller that's a Lucas, we do not charge entry fees. So anytime you come and pull with us, as long as you're a Lucas Oil member, you don't have to pay.
Yes.
So it's all fun. If you're a day member, it's $100. If you want to be a day member, but at the benefit pool, we try to cover that for everybody. We try to, but just because you're there to help, and we don't pay anybody. We used to have sponsors raise the money, and the guys all said, just give it to the Children's Hospital. We don't need to get paid. That's what's great about all the pullers in your area, and I'm sure in ours. They said, just give the money to the Children's Hospital. You don't have to. We don't need to be paid for this one. And it helps bring sponsors on for the rest of our club too, because when they see you're doing stuff like that, it's 100% guys are on board with you.
Right.
I love it. I appreciate what you guys are doing very, very much.
Well, thank you.
We're going to throw up the me. I'm going to throw up the flyer for what you guys got going on here. Once I get to it, there you are.
Yep.
Class mix. Is it all classes, both nights, or a mix?
Oh, one night.
Or one night. I'm sorry. One night. I'm sorry.
Right. But every class we have is there. Usually the mini rods come and pull with us, but this year they ended up signing an event they want to go to, which I understand. And we have our spring meeting. I ask every class if you want to be part of it before I sign it up. And I'll say we want to. That's how we. If you ever got a chance to tour one of these children's hospitals, your heart will break. I guarantee you.
I love it. I appreciate what you got going on. Respect the heck out of it, and now knowing better the story, wish I could be there in person as well.
Yep,
it's awesome what you guys got going. Anybody else? The three of you? Anything for Greg?
What time do the pits open? I see the show starts at 6. What time do people show up? Seating, lawn chairs, bleachers. What do they need to bring with?
Don't need to bring anything. Just bring cash to buy some beer, I guess.
That works.
We don't. My family donates all the hamburger that they sell there. So if you want to buy some hamburger, we sell beef, at a store. Everybody else, donate. Budweiser donated a pallet of beer, and the raffle tickets for that are going to be $20 a piece. They donate a bunch of canned koozies to sell. Everybody just whenever we need something. Tim Deppy's been great. The Deppy family's been great for everything we do. Luther Farms and Randy Brew, manages their farm. He's been great. They're building tracks. They're going to do a great job. Yep, he does. I always got to give him a hard time. That's the way it is. It'll be fun. Yeah, and the pit's open at 10. We'll be up there at 9 or 10 in the morning. Everything's open. Anybody can walk in and visit with anybody. And we sell T-shirts, special T-shirts for the benefit pool, and hats and stuff too. So, and we usually sell out of them. And what we do, usually we let one of the kids draw the picture that are at the Children's Hospital, child at the children's hospital draws the tractor, and that's what. And we have to pick from a bunch of kids' tractors, and that's for the picture.
I you know what? Thank you for reminding me of that. I should have looked to find some of those. Yes, you're right.
Yep. I don't know if they just got them done. I don't know if there's pictures of them out yet.
I'm gonna look. So I don't know. I don't know that Greg's ever been on this program before. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But while I try to look for that, Ryan, do you want to ask him your question, because we've got the opportunity to have that audience?
I do, and I will, and I've never asked Greg. But Greg, if you could go pulling with anybody else's machine, regardless of class, and you don't have to pay to fix it, you don't have to source the parts to fix it, where are you going pulling? What are you taking, and why?
Man, I think the old days, I would say the old slow ride, Terry Blackburn slow ride. I could bring that one back, because I'm growing up, not really growing up, but watching that one, that was the tractor. I would pull that, or maybe one of his new ones now if it was today. But I think that would be cool. Or a mini rod, anybody's mini rod. I'd like to sit on one of them ones.
Okay, Greg, narrow it down to one, please.
Okay. Blackburn. There's a lot of them, it's hard to get.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you went the wrong direction. I was going to ask, how tall are you? Because minis, we could look that up.
Well, I was gonna drive Stacy Butson's. I didn't call it. But we have to find somebody that's a little. I'm sick. Whatever, I can squeeze in a little. It was
Dusty. We've got a guest driver for you.
Right.
We do.
Right.
It's
you
not.
Just have to
for
come
once,
to
it's not
Farley
me.
You just have to come to Farley on Friday.
I wish them pulls weren't on the same weekend. I really do. I would really.
I know.
And there's so many other ones I want to go to, but being in Badger State like I am, it's hard for me to get away to go on.
It's so hard, isn't it? I mean, every year there's always ones where I go, man, I wish I could go there, and it's tough.
Yeah, it is. And you hear all these great. One of them I always want to go to too is Phil Typens when I was down there. Someday I'm gonna, guys. They're gonna find Adam Adrian has to step up and take over this stuff. But he's my guy. I want him to step up and take over this at my spot, and then when he does, I'm gonna take him off and do that.
Yeah.
Go where I want to go.
Awesome.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
All right, Adam, your job starts tomorrow.
Right. I wish.
Yep.
I don't know, Adam. That's the memory.
Well, thank you, Greg, so much for taking time out tonight to talk about what you got going on, and I think it's a great event. Proud of you guys for what you do as promoters and where your heart is about it. And let's talk about 2024 and try to spice it up and do something bigger.
Oh, definitely. I love that. I love that idea. Anytime you can do a challenge, stay there, and that makes people drive a little harder. Oh, we don't want them guys to be.
Yeah.
That's great. I think that's a great.
Well, cool deal.
Yeah.
So thanks for having me on, guys. I've watched your show a few times. I like it. I love what we're all doing here.
Thank you so much, Greg.
Take care. Thank you.
Yep.
We'll let you go.
Greg.
Have a good
Take
night.
care.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Thanks. Goodbye.
Well, cool. I didn't anticipate that really going there, but I like the idea of it. That's we're going to do a thing. I'm going to make some phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be
Have some
cool.
fun. Have some fun.
I had somebody just text me and ask if it was a pallet of Bud Light. The funny thing is, I wanted to ask, did Jeff get you a pallet of Busch Light Peach, since that's what everybody is calling the liquor stores asking for right now?
I think it is a pallet of Busch from what I got out of the last show. I wasn't on, but I was watching or listening while I was working. So we got one more to touch on quick, Charles.
Yes, we do. Sorry. Thank you, Doug. Yeah, because Kyle could not be with us, unfortunately. So we need to talk about this one. Spring Showdown coming this weekend, Dragway 42, West Salem, Ohio. Looks like Central Ohio Truck Pulling Association is going to be in the house. Work stock diesel, limited pro stock gas, 2.6 diesel, limited gas, and 3.0s. Tri-State Minis, the 1450 Zingers. If you've never seen those, it's like the motorcycle engine, small tire minis. 1,950-pound big block carb class. That's naturally aspirated minis. The 1850 small block and the 2050 open small block. That's the, if you've ever been to Shipshewana and seen the mini rods with the superchargers and the chop on the idle, that's those guys. And then Tractors 9500 Hot Farm. And then Saturday, they've got a whole ton of classes, more of the same, plus all the way up to Pro Stock Semi and Pro Stock Tractor. It's going to be awesome. If you've never been there, so this is something for the photographers in the room. If they'll let you do it and you don't get chased out of there. The track runs from essentially north to south. At the south end of the track, the runoff is an open space. It's not a hill. It's not a pile of dirt. It's a retention pond. If you go out there and stand in that, it's not full of water. Promise you, not full of water. I've done this. Amy Gilbert from Stainless Steel has done this. Go out there and stand in there where now your camera is like at ground level. The photos are freaking sweet. Just saying. Cool venue. You got woods to the side of you, the drag strips to the east. You get some awesome acoustic echo going on. It's a fun venue to go see a pull. Kyle's been after me for years to come back down there. Besides the few late fall events that I've been able to attend at that track, it's a sweet place to go see a pull.
That's one place that'd be fun to go see. Talk a lot to them about it and be neat.
I think it's September 17th again is their next pulling event. So,
yeah. Oh man, that date sticks in my head, and I don't like the numbers because it means I can't go.
September 16th.
September 16th. Yeah, that's
where are you?
Actually, I can go. Silly. I'll be there. See you, Kyle. Finally, I can say yes to you.
How's that July 7th and 8th date looking for you?
July 7th and 8th? Yeah, I'm totally busy. I will be in Beach Bend Raceway in Bowling Green, Kentucky for the next round of the Outlaw Diesel Super Series.
Yeah.
To where we're going to smash more records. We've had 2 races on the year. We've already broken records. We're going to keep doing it. I love it.
Come on, hit us. You got 5 minutes to talk about UCC. Let's hear it.
I can't even begin to describe it.
6 minutes.
No, it's real simple. So 311 drag race tech cards. So I said at the beginning of the show, 311 tech cards sold for drag racing. 525 entries for the show and shine, 100 spectator dyno cards sold. The burnout pit, we limited it to 30. Somebody knocked over the wall. They cut us off.
What's up with that douchebag? Please tell me he got arrested or at least beaten savagely.
I watched that happen. One of the guys who works for Lucas Oil and Indianapolis Racing Park, he goes, yeah, we had Cletus and cars in here, and all them guys, all them yahoos ran through there, no problem, and leaves the diesel guys to knock the wall over, and we're all looking at each other going, diesel guys to knock the wall over? That was a freaking 3,500-pound Ford Ranger the guy probably bought yesterday for $700.
Exactly.
But it was so big, and there was so much going on that I could scarcely get out of the tower. I've never been to an event that large and said hello to so few people because I couldn't. There was that much for me to do in my responsibilities. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Had a good time. Loved it. Can't wait. I will be back 2024. Dates TBA on dates, but Chris, Darren, and I will be back for next year, and we're going to do it again.
How much money did Chris lose betting $1 a piece?
So he's never bet $1 a piece. He's always bet Levon Miller $100, usually around the dyno.
Okay.
And 2 years running, he's lost. This year, Levon had a POS truck that he threw into the burnout pit. And Chris walked up and says, bet you $100 you can't blow one of the tires on that doing a burnout. And Greg Albarala from the Wrenchworks channel comes in and doubles down and goes, I'll further bet you $200 you can't blow them both out. Levon blew out no tires, and Chris made $100 back on Levon.
Nice. Okay.
No big bangs on the dyno?
No. And in fact, the numbers on the dyno and that's unfair. Josh McCormack won it at like 2,800 horsepower, and that's nothing to sneeze at out of an engine he built on his comments. But we didn't see any big numbers. I'm still waiting to hear from Evan, who's the engine builder at DHD, on the post-mortem from their motor on the dyno. There is a possibility, a small possibility, that a micro record was set on the dyno with DHD's truck by slapping 2,400 horsepower with a 2-piece crank. We're going to find out. It was hurt, probably from its adventures with the right side retaining wall Friday night, and we didn't know it. And in the teardown after the dyno, it had bent all of the exhaust rocker arms. We pulled the covers off, and I mean, they were just all cattywampus. The cam was definitely wiped. But if you grab the back of the crank or the snout of the crank, there was no play. So if it's broken right in the middle. So there's two mains still holding it, and we weren't in a place, we're in a tent in a parking lot next to an oval track and also adjacent to a drag strip. It wasn't the place to totally tear it apart. All credit to the Humpy team with their brand new 2.6 truck. They pulled it Saturday night on the track and then drove it off the end of the track and basically drove it right into Tony's pit 600 feet away and said, all right, here you go.
No kidding. That's how that all worked out?
Yep. We did what we wanted to do. Take the engine out and shove it in your truck.
Wow. And
further credit to Humpies, because the pictures I posted of the flatbed trailer that we were straightening the 1.5 inches out of straight after the wall crash, it was their trailer that we did that on as well. So couldn't do it without the Humpy family out of Ohio for this weekend. I mean, they really stepped up.
So for the dozens of people who are watching at home right now who have absolutely squat no idea of what's going on, run through what happened with the last minute.
So Indianapolis Racing Park,
the DHD truck.
Yeah, we go to Lucas Oil Indianapolis Racing Park. This is an annual event now. It's a triathlon. You got a drag race, you got a dyno, you got a sled pull, and everybody knows the 2019 story of the fire. You Google it, DHD fire, you will find it. This year was no different. The truck is just not happy. Anytime they want to put enough horsepower into it to run a 4-second pass in the 8th mile, it wants to step out. And Friday night, last qualifying session, conditions are good, temperatures are down. Let's ramp in some horsepower and see what she'll do. Tyler goes up about 300 feet. It goes up in a tire smoke. He tries to catch it. Does, because it always wants to step to the left. He catches that. And then it goes back to the right, and it really moves to the right.
Mm-hmm.
He knows it, gets out of the power, stabs. He's on the brake, throws the chutes. he's not going fast enough for him to bloom, but he had presence of mind while this is all happening within like 0.2 of a second to do that. And it goes across the track into the wall.
Hard.
Yep.
Somewhere around 80 miles an hour. I mean, there's video of it. It bounced. It was bad. We think at that moment the crank bent. The right side frame rail moved in 1.5 inches from where it used to be. We get back to the pit area, and it's like, all right, we're in damage control mode. The thing is not going to – it's never going to drag race again as it is. It needs to be fixed properly, and that probably means not the factory frame rails. They've already been hit on that corner twice. It's not safe. And there's something in the chassis beyond that is unhappy, that is super nerd stuff that I'm not going to get into for the purposes of this show. But what we needed to do was to get the frame rail away from the right side exhaust manifold to dyno it. And if we could get it far enough away and still squared back up where we could put the weight box in, we can sled pull. 25 miles an hour, no big deal. 155 miles an hour, big deal. So we do that. Throw in the get that all done. Throw in the weights in the back. Friday night, have the turbo setup thrown on, the triple charger setup, and ready to go for the dyno. It idles fine, responds fine. Seems like everything's good. I left about 3:30 Friday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning. And at that point, it was essentially ready to go. Got 3 hours of sleep, and that was all. And went back Saturday morning to the track. And my daughter took all the photos. She was a photographer. I shot maybe like 7 photos on my phone. Didn't do a whole lot. I was too busy with the microphone bit to really mess with that. But I did get this picture Saturday morning when my son and I got back to the track. It's about 7:30 in the morning. The whole team is still sleeping because they've been up all night. Truck's essentially dyno spec, but they're looking at things. Well, I don't want to say they're looking at things. Tony is looking at things. That's Tony. Just taking his time, polishing, massaging, looking at what he's created and making sure everything's right before anybody's up. It was a moment. He didn't even know I took the photo until after I had it. It's just him being in his element. Whack it on the dyno. It's hurt. Got to pull the motor, and it becomes sled pull day. And everybody at the driver's meeting, they draw for the starting positions. I don't know what his initial one was, but everybody's allowed one swap. He said, I need a swap to last if I can. If somebody will swap me, I'll take the trade to last. Because in Sunday morning's fire up with the engine that they stole from Humpy's, they were having rail pressure problems. Thought it was a sensor problem. Trace that down. No, it wasn't. It was the drive pump gears on the CP3. So they had to tear the front cover apart. I mean, they were thrashing. We were supposed to start at 1. They made it to the scales at 1 to run. And they go out on the track, last hook, take off. Everything's great. He reaches up to force torque converter lockup, and the engine starts breaking up. And it's like, oh, he's going to get kicked in the dick again. What we forgot about that truck is force converter lockup on that switch is a part of the burnout tuning program, which means it's also a staging limiter. That's why the engine broke up. So he goes down track on this breakup, and we're thinking it's not going to happen. He starts feeling the load come on. He reaches up again, slaps it back open because Tony's a puller, and the engine lights up and goes to the moon. He needed, 3 feet over Josh McCormack. So he wins. Massive team effort, huge monkey off the back of those guys. And yes, Tyler, his son, not chewed me out. It's like, why do you always have to be the one in victory lane to make my dad cry? Well, it's because your dad's been around it longer than I have. I mean, I've known Tony for 19 or 20 years at this point, pulling Duramaxes, and he's been pulling trucks for like 35 years. I knew what it meant to him. And yeah, I teed it up a little bit. Twice now, he has been through hell at that racetrack trying to win this event. He finally got it. I wanted a real moment. And he needed a moment. Hand me the mic back, and I teed off on a speech on the same subject that went on for about 4 minutes that was unscripted. And then I just looked at him and said, was that enough? Everybody laughed. And then he talked for 20 minutes. I finally got him wound up enough to where he could actually speak, which if you've had conversation with Tony, it's not that he doesn't mean to be rude. It's not like that. He's a little bit shy and a little bit socially awkward, and his mind is 10 miles ahead of the rest of us. But I got him to a place where he could talk about it and be real and let the emotion fly of that win. And I was very happy for him to have that.
That's awesome.
Good weekend, but huge. We've got to do some behind the scenes better planning. There was some chaos times. And also want to say a huge congratulations to Matty Graves. Blowing the dragster record twice again. We're down to a 4,008 in ODSS. She's been threes. I think we had to push the remainder of the racing into Sunday morning because of the sled pulling and our commitment to that. And in the final against Jared Jones, I think Dad Mike had the tune-up in there. It was cooler Sunday. It was early in the morning. She left hard. It went towards the wall. She corrected it back toward the center, then had to gather it back up again. And at one point, there was daylight under the left rear slick. The record's a 4,008. She coasted in a final round win after doing that shit at a 426. It had the 3 in it. It was there. So we just have to wait.
That record is falling this year, come hell or high water, isn't it?
Come hell or high water, the 3 on Big Tiger is going down in ODSS. Like I said, she's already done it in other competitions, so I guess is official record. It has already been done. And the 190 barrier has already been broken by her as well. She's been a 191, just never officially with us as a series. That record's going down. But there's another milestone. 3 seconds, a huge milestone in the diesel world. There's another milestone that's out there. That's the 200 mile per hour 8th mile. She's been 190s. Johnny Gilbert and his pro mod this weekend, the Corvette, reset the trap speed record for pro mods at 188.
Wow.
I will not be surprised if before and it's going to depend, of course, on the short track season we get into later in the year, but I won't be surprised if we see both the 3s and the 200s fall this year. And if not this season, within the calendar year of me speaking it, 3s and 200s are going down.
No.
So that's my UCC bit.
Anybody see Jaden Littman was out hurting feelings already this weekend?
I did not.
She won the Run With Your Brong or whatever that class is.
Yep. Oh, okay. Was that with CS Promotions or
no,
full pull? Okay. Nice.
Wasn't that like a hometown kind of deal for her too?
I'm not sure. I just saw that she won. First run out for the class. The season. Kick off the season with a win.
You super stock boys, you better pay attention. She's coming for you.
Yeah. Legit. Legit. Well, it's
Cody,
getting
how's
late.
your shoulder?
Oh yeah. How are you, Cody?
Still punching, just not above my weight class. So I'm really jealous. I'd really like to go to two places. I'd like to go to Ravenna to see a tractor that's potentially going to be there, and I would really like to go to Farley, but neither of those two are options this weekend. So, but I get to go back to the surgeon on Thursday to figure out what the next game plan is. So, fun times.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, Cody had what he thought was going to be curative surgery, like fixing things, last Wednesday.
Yep.
And instead they found more problems. Basically, as the shoulder of like an ancient man like Doug or me.
Yeah. The doctors found out you were as fucked up as Ryan and I knew you were.
Yes.
Nope, they cut me open and started looking around and stuff, and then they all of a sudden stopped surgery in the middle of surgery and said, I need a full shoulder replacement, and we stopped about 2 hours early into surgery, so it's good times.
How did you destroy that already?
Rough life, man. It's hard.
It was a buckle bunny.
Like that.
Left hand or right hand?
Huh?
Left hand or right hand?
Hard holding up the camera.
Doug comes through in a clutch there.
Yep. Pretty much.
So yeah, Cody is in the invalid for the next little while.
Yeah.
Because he needs to convince a surgeon that his shoulder is worth replacing. I mean, is that kind of what you're looking at?
Yeah. Most of the time they don't like doing full replacements till you get, 40 plus type of thing. And so they kind of the two options. I was passed out, so the two options they laid out were basically taking bone and screwing it in to hold the shoulder in, and basically just like tack welding it around the outside and just screwing it in type of thing, or a full replacement. And so I'm going to try to fight for a full replacement because I'm active now. I don't want to wait. I don't have a surgery now and then another 6 years down the road have a full replacement.
Right.
Then might as well do it now. I mean, if you look at anything else, if you're playing major league sports or anything like that, they're not going to just Band-Aid fix it. They're going to fix it. So.
Well, and people get more than one knee replacement done. Why can't they do a shoulder twice if needed?
Right. Well, and a lot of times, like I remember my dad. I mean, he's had partial knee replacements on both knees because they told him he was too young for a full replacement. They'd only last 10 years or whatever, and so he's had partial knees for 15 years now on both knees. So, but so we'll have fun this week, seeing what can come up with, and then the next thing is, do I try and get that scheduled here soon, or do I wait and try and do it over the winter? Kind of figure out plans that way. So,
how much longer you figure you're out of the game until the shoulder heals up enough so that you can hold a camera straight?
I would like feeling back in my fingers before I try to do something, because.
All right, so that's the thing. Yeah,
it's really hard to type when you don't know if you hit the button or not, because you can't feel the button in your fingers when you're sitting there typing away. There's still swelling. There's still sharp shooting pain that spikes down the shoulder. So
Cody Vanderholm is no longer responsible for any text messages he sends.
Pretty much.
I was thinking more like plausible deniability on any marketing campaigns that you launch for your new employer.
Man, if they don't have spell check, it's like holy. Because you're just typing away something. The next thing you just look back is like, shit, that's not what that
means.
Like
a whole bunch of words, and none of them spelled right.
Yeah. So there's basically, I mean, it's not fun to know that you went in for surgery and it didn't get fixed what you thought was going to get fixed, and you got to do it all over again. So So I have 3 holes cut in me again, on top of the 3 holes I already had cut in me before in that same shoulder. So, and if we're doing a full shoulder, there'll be a big, large incision on the next one.
So the moral of the story, guys, and folks watching at home, is don't ever be a buckle bunny.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm a zombie.
Yeah.
I can't keep it together anymore. I got to go.
Yep.
Let's stick a fork on this one.
Thanks.
All right. See you guys.
All right.
Later on.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you.